So good morning friend. In last lecture you have seen the first communicable disease malaria. Communicable means which transfer from person to person, that is called as the communicable disease. And you know the diseases are of two types, communicable and non-communicable disease. So non-communicable disease is also called as infectious disease. Second disease we are going to study, that is the amoebiasis. Now commonly it is called as amoebic dysentery, and it is caused by the amoeba. So this causative agent of this amoebiasis is the amoeba. Its scientific name is Entamoeba histolytica. So amoebiasis is the or amoebic dysentery. It is the infectious communicable disease caused by the amoeba, and you know amoeba belongs to the category protozoa. Protozoa means single cell microscopic microorganism. You know amoeba is the single cell organism. It is very microscopic, and scientifically it is known as the Entamoeba histolytica, and this amoeba is responsible for causing the amoebiasis. Now see what is amoebiasis. It is the infection to the gastrointestinal tract. Gastrointestinal tract means it is the infection to the digestive system. Now see here the mode of infection, how it enters into the body. Its mode of infection is known as fecal-oral route. Means this amoeba escape from the infected person through the fecal matter, undigested food, and enters in the body of another healthy person through the mouth. Now how it transfer from person to person. So in the fecal matter of infected person it is present, and in the cystic form, cyst means they are enclosed in a, this amoeba is enclosed in a coating or covering of a membrane that is called as the cyst. So this is the cyst, and only this cystic form of amoeba is responsible for causing the disease. So this egg-like amoeba means they are these amoeba are coated by a membrane that is called as the cyst. Now these many cysts are present in the fecal matter of infected person. If this fecal matter is not disposed properly, if this fecal matter is mixed in the drinking water source, and when we drink this contaminated food or contaminated vegetables, means the vegetable which grows on this contaminated water, and if these vegetables are not properly washed or cleaned, at that time this cyst form of amoeba through the water and food, mode of infection बघतोय आपण, they enters through the water, food and water in the body due to the unhygienic practice, unclean food or unfiltered water. They enters in the healthy person, and now this eggs, cystic form of amoeba, enters through the food and water through mouth. They reach up to the digestive tract, and in digestive tract they multiply rapidly and they alters the digestive functions. So now see the symptoms of the amoebiasis. What are the symptoms of amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery? So the symptoms of amoebiasis is, the first symptom is diarrhea. The first symptom is diarrhea. Diarrhea means the loose motions, watery loose motion, that is called as the diarrhea. Then stool means undigested food or fecal matter. Stool with mucus means mucus substance is present in the stool, fecal matter. Then sometime Blood is also present in stool. Then the some common symptoms of the amoebiasis is the abdominal pain or abdominal discomfort. So the main symptom of the amoebiasis is the dysentery or diarrhea, means loose watery motions, and stool with mucus and blood. So these are the common symptoms of the amoebiasis. And preventive measures for the amoebiasis. So preventive measures here, the prevention from the amoebiasis. The first prevention is disposal of fecal matter properly. Means never mix the fecal matter with the drinking water source. So this is the first preventive measure from the amoebic dysentery. Then filter the water, filtering the water. Then chlorination, sedimentation, then use of boiling water. If our drinking water source is contaminated or it mixes with drainage water, then always filter the water. Then chlorination is also helpful for preventing from the amoebiasis, because it kills the or disinfect the amoeba. Then boiling water are the preventive measures. Then clean hand with soap and hot water. Cleaning hand before eating the food or after going the toilet. The cleaning hand is very useful for preventing from the amoebiasis. Then personal hygiene, then cleaning the toilet or taps of the toilets properly. So these are the preventive measures from the amoebiasis. Then also use of cleaned vegetables and fruits, means use the fruits and vegetable after cleaning. So use of hygienic food, closed food are useful for preventing from the amoebiasis. Then some diagnosis for this amoebiasis is the examination, microscopic examination of the stool is useful for the diagnosis of the amoebiasis. And after the diagnosis, medicines are available. This treatment is available for killing the Entamoeba histolytica. It is the metronidazole is the medicine useful for treating from the amoebiasis. And now the second communicable disease we are going to study, that is the ascariasis. Second communicable disease, ascariasis. It is also the communicable and infectious disease caused from person to person due to the poor unhygienic condition. So ascariasis, it is caused by the causative agent of this ascariasis is the ascaris. You know, ascaris is the roundworm which are known as the nematode. So here ascaris, in 11th you actually studied about the ascaris. This is the roundworm, thread-like worm. Male and female are separate, sexes are separate. And this roundworm infect the human beings. They commonly live in the small intestine. of man. This Ascaris requires the two hosts for completing its life cycle. So the first host is the cattle like sheep and goat, and the definitive host is the man. So its life cycle is completed in the two hosts. Now see here the mode of infection. It is also infect the digestive tract. Means its mode of infection is the gastrointestinal tract. It enters through the contaminated food and contaminated water. Now what is contaminated food and contaminated water? Means the food or water in which the eggs of these Ascaris are present. Only the eggs. The fertilized eggs are responsible for causing the infection. Only the fertilized eggs. And if these fertilized eggs are present in the food and in water and they enters in the body, then they infect the digestive tract. They mainly lives in the small intestine. Now see here the mode of infection. Along with food or water, their eggs, particularly the fertilized eggs, enters in the body and they reach up to the small intestine. In small intestine, after few days, the hatching of eggs takes place and small larvae comes out in the small intestine. Now this larvae enters in the blood. Means capillaries, blood capillary मध्ये ते enter करतायत. And from the blood they circulate, goes up to the lungs. Here the mode of infection or life cycle. The fertilized eggs which are present in the food or water, they enters through the contaminated food or unhygienic habit due to the unhygienic uncleaned hand. They enters through the mouth in the body. They reach up to the small intestine. Then in small intestine the eggs get hatched, and from after the hatching small larvae comes out. Now this small larvae enters in the blood, and from the blood they circulate up to the lungs. Now in lungs the development of larvae takes place. Small development takes place in the lungs, and from the lungs they again enters into the trachea or throat or respiratory tube. Means from the lungs they reach up to the throat, and from the throat the small larvae does not escape from the nose or mouth. Never. They get swallowed, again they get swallowed and enters into the digestive tube, and from the esophagus, from throat they enters in esophagus. Again from esophagus they reach up to the small intestine, where the development of larvae takes place. These larvae are developed, some larvae are developed into male Ascaris, some are developed into female Ascaris, and where they known as the adults. Now many adults are present in the small intestine, and from the small intestine they reach up to the large intestine, and from large intestine along with undigested and extra food they reach up to the rectum, and from rectum they leaves the body through the anus along with the fecal matter. And now if this fecal matter mixes, means in the fecal matter along with adult, this male Ascaris gives the eggs, and these eggs if mixed with the drinking water source, then they enters into the another healthy person due to the unhygienic conditions or unhygienic habit, if the properly cooked or washed food is not used. So preventive measures from the Ascariasis is the clean hand and fruits and vegetable before eating. Properly used or properly cooked vegetable is useful for the prevention from ascaris. And now here the symptoms of ascariasis. So the first symptom is the abdominal discomfort. Abdominal discomfort. Abdominal discomfort. Then next symptom is the vomiting. Vomiting. Loss of appetite. Then nausea. Then fever. So the first symptom of the ascariasis, मराठीत आपण त्याला जंतवणे म्हणतो. Ascariasis is very common in small children, particularly up to the age of 15 years. And in these children, the main symptom is the abdominal discomfort, means abdominal pain, and then vomiting sometimes, means indigestion, due to the indigestion, because due to the ascariasis digestion does not proper, and so vomiting, then loss of appetite, nausea are the common symptom, then fever. And in some severe case, if this ascariasis are more or settle in the liver, lungs, then pneumonitis, infection to the lungs. These are the symptoms of the ascariasis, and treatment is available for this, for killing the ascaris. Medicine are available, that is the mebendazole. Okay.